From the station that's working for you, you're watching Fox 4 News at 7 a.m.
A 10-year-old burn victim wanted to inspire other kids who face the same kind of problems she did. So now a series of films is helping burn survivors, and you can see the latest film premiere. You're watching Fox 4 News at 7, 60 years of working for you. Began as a grassroots effort to raise money for Children's Mercy Hospital, has turned into a series of documentaries on burn victims. Jen Greenstreet from Just Like You Films is here to talk about her latest film premiere. Good morning. Thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me.
How did you get started with this?
Well, it's kind of a long story.
We've got time.
Okay.
Go ahead.
My daughter Whitney was very good friends with Caroline O'Brien, who was severely burned on her leg, and she was also friends with Dara O'Connor, whose mother began Kids Helping Kids, who is kind of a kid-driven charity. And Paige, her mom, asked Whitney and I to help them raise money for Children's Mercy Hospital with Caroline, because Caroline had been treated at Children's Mercy and had such an amazing experience there that she wanted to do something to give back.
And your thought was, let me do a documentary about it.
Well, actually, it wasn't my thought.
Wasn't your thought?
No, it wasn't. It was Nikki Stang is a child life specialist at the burn unit in Children's Mercy. And what they do is they go into the schools after a child burn survivor is released, and they explain to their peers what they've been through, and they're going to have these scars, but they're still just kids, you know, just like you. And the thing is they bring kids in from all these outlying counties, and they don't have the ability to make it to every school. So what she did is she asked us to make a film to serve that purpose and to send with them. And Caroline and the two other children on the film kind of speak for them and say, you know, we've been burned, but you can still hang out with us, and we're cool. So.
Have you ever been there when kids watch the film to see their reaction?
Yes, I have.
What's that like?
I had to leave the classroom. I was so emotional. It was really cool to see the kids get it, that you know, they're different than us, but you know, we can look past the scar and see the child and know that they're just like us.
I think kids have the capacity, and it's sort of unique in this sense. Kids have the capacity to be extraordinarily empathetic, but they also have the ability to be crueler probably than just about anybody. It's just the way kids are. And I guess this probably helps to bridge some misinterpretation that they might have and make it a little easier for everybody.
Yeah, and that's exactly what we're trying to accomplish with the film, is to, we know that kids can be cruel. In fact, we have all these anti-bullying things going on. And what we think is, you know, anti-anything is hard to accomplish what you're trying to, anti-war, anti-drugs. What we'd like to do is get in and be proactive and address the problem underlying, which is the fear. There's just the fear of the unknown. And I think they want to know more, and they want to learn. And I think inside of us all, we have the ability to be compassionate as long as we're given the right tools and the right education and the familiarity. It's just unfamiliar when you see a scar. And so you're curious, and if you're afraid, then sometimes especially children react negatively.
It manifests itself in a whole variety of ways. And that's the thing about kids. A lot of times they do want to ask. Or they do. I mean, you know, people who might have issues, they probably get approached in the street by kids more than they do adults. They might get more stares from adults, and adults want to know. But kids will go up and ask, you know, what happened?
Yeah. And sometimes that's difficult. We address this in the film because a lot of times burns are the result of child abuse or things that they don't want to talk about. And so in the film we say, you know, each child's story is their own, and we need to learn to respect that. And that's kind of a life lesson, too, that they learn. And every time we have this film or we talk about this film, people say, you know, we wish we had a film about asthma or autism. And so that's why we're having this premiere, is to kind of raise awareness, because we'd like to make more. We really would. We've seen the impacts of this film. It's gone to 27 states. They just called from South Africa, and they requested a film in South Africa. And I just think the big idea, the concept that we are all at our human core really more alike than we are different, if we can learn to plug into that, and if we can raise a generation of children who believe that, you know, who know, not only do they believe it, but they're educated about all the differences. They know that burns happen this way, and they go through this amount of treatment, or they know that autism works this way. Then maybe we can raise a generation of kids that aren't prejudiced. You know, and that could change the world. And so I get really excited about this. But I'm so excited about our premiere, and I hope people come out and see the film.
Me too. Important work. Let's talk a little bit about that. The film is called Just Like You, Burns as Told by Three Children. It runs from 6:30 until 10 at night. For more information, head to fox4kc.com. Thanks, Jen.
Thank you.